team that played tonight. Brian does a really good job. They play exceptionally hard. They stressed us. They challenged us. I was so impressed with them in the Indiana game, getting 51% of their misses back in that game. You know, it's one of the hardest things to do with young guys is to get them to rebound and understand that teams are going to crash and go. And their kid 33 was just a monster from the wing spot. But Taylor's a good player, and you know they had a plan. They ran good stuff, forced us to guard. I thought we rode the emotion early of the night. I think that's for me. You know, you're always, you know, coach. You always worry a little bit about getting too high or getting too low or whatever. And I thought we flattened out a little bit after the start. But I think it's one of the things with this team tonight. It was Trey, it was Ben. Those guys got going. Thought we had a chance to put it up over 20 the first half with some free throws, but again, we weren't quite as sharp as we needed to be. I thought Merez was excellent in his minutes, 8 rebounds, and then I thought you know, KJ was just spectacular, 13 assists, and you know, we got nice production from Will. You know, and it was just a solid night, and you know, pleased with the outcome. We got some things we got to still clean up, but you know, wish Brian and his group the best because they're gonna have a good year.
You mentioned KJ, you know, almost a triple-double on just 3 shots. I mean, what does he do? How does he control the game so well?
Yeah, he's mature. He's smart. He's plays to win. He doesn't play for a stat line. He just provides what the game gives him. You know, I think he had a game in the and I'm going to go back to when he was with Lithuania this summer. I think that you know, he was maybe 17 assists, and the next night he has 37. And it just is a matter of what the game needs. He's got a maturity about him with that. You know, the beauty of what KJ does is he delivers at the right time, where guys can really just kind of catch it and shoot it. You know, there's very little wasted motion. He puts it in the pocket. He delivers it where, you know, Tommy could go up and dunk it, or Tommy could, you know, catch it and shoot it, or, you know, whoever it was. And those are the things that elite point guards do, and he's doing that. And you know, you see, you know, 33 minutes, probably more than I would have hoped to play him a little bit, but you know, plus 24 tonight, and you know, he's making it go, and he's not forcing anything.
Coach, are you happy with how the defense has progressed over these first 2 games? Seems like you've taken some steps and held up to 30% shooting.
Yeah, you know, I thought that, you know, they had 2 guys that took 34 shots at Indiana, and you know, the Taylor kid's as a high volume guy. I thought Kylan did a really good job early of taking him out. I thought Trey White then did an excellent job of switching over. You know, their front court guys aren't real low post scorers, so it allowed us to help and do some things. But we're making progress. You know, I was disappointed tonight in our defensive rebounding, and I was a little disappointed in our ability to track down a few loose balls. And then we fumbled, I don't know, 5-6 balls that I thought were in our hands on rebounds, and we just kind of, you know, we didn't secure them. But we are making progress.
Kylan, Dre, and Carey shot 0 for 12 combined from 3, but you guys still shot 40% on the night. Can you talk about the flexibility on this roster and having so many scorers?
Yeah, that's what I opened with. It doesn't matter. It'll be their night, next night. You know, you know, I mean, Carey's, you know, 1 of 5, 0 for 4. And I've watched Carey make close to 100 free throws in a row. You know, Bam is a close to mid 80s% free throw shooter his whole career, misses 2. Will missed a front end, Ben missed a front end, and then you get guys that, sometimes it's just, I thought Kylan got some really, really good looks. They didn't go down, but, he didn't force it. Again, other guys, I think we had 38 attempts tonight, and we're going to take them when they're there, and we got a bunch of guys who can make them.
Coach, in the offseason, you said that this team could have a higher ceiling than last year's team. Do you still feel that way after 2 games? And second, what was it like being able to honor, last year's team in the Elite Eight?
Yeah, nothing that's gone 2 games is going to change the way I feel about where this group can go, because I think we can really grow. I think that it was fun today to set and text guys that are still playing, letting them know we were thinking about them, letting them know that there's a pretty special event happening, and that they're always going to be remembered, and it's one of the things that in looking back, and this is year 8, it's one of the things that you're so happy for the fans, you're so happy for the Orange Crush, the students, the people that help make it, and so many players, so many sacrifices that take place, but it's not me, and it's everybody that takes part in this, and to me, this is home. This is what this should be, and it's a place where guys can come back and they can look out there and say, that was me, and they can look down on their hand and say, man, I was a part of something that was really pretty cool. And to go through life, not everybody can do that, and this place is really special that way. And so tonight was something I talked a lot about it with the new guys. This is why you came here, is to have moments like this. And so I thank our fans, I thank our administration, everybody for making that happen.
Coach, you spoke about the effectiveness of Merez tonight and his minutes that he had out there. I just wanted to get your thoughts on just Merez as a communicator. It seems like he's always talking on defense.
Yeah, he got one of the best compliments from an NBA guy who had him on their board just because he thought he was the best communicator in the United States, in the country. And that's a big deal. And people have no idea how important communication is. And in every play that Merez is involved in, his guy's probably setting a ball screen, so he's got to talk. And he's got to do it early, he's got to recognize it early, and it's a great attribute to have. It just makes everybody's life easy when you do it.
Brad, back to KJ over here. 20 assists through 2 games, only 5 turnovers. It doesn't seem like he's trying to intentionally do anything spectacular, and almost it's kind of under control. Is there a line that you'd like for him to walk, or is this just kind of a normal deal for him?
I'm pretty good with what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with what he's doing. There's going to be a night when he's going to have 25 or 30. And, I thought the other night against Eastern, they blitzed him. Just didn't let me get it out of my hands. And there's hockey assists that he doesn't get credit for.
Right.
And that's just what lead guards do. That's what and he just doesn't force anything he wants to know. He's already to the point where in timeouts we're asking him, what do you like? What do you see? Great maturity, great vision with all of that, and understanding what the defense is and the matchups are.
Brad, I think you said the other day you wouldn't mind if this team shot 53s, 39% clip. Probably speaks to that. When did you know? Was it built this way, or when did you guys really want to lean into shooting this high a percentage of 3-pointers?
Yeah, I think that we were very intentional in our recruiting, positional size and 3-point shooting. We didn't want to put people out here who couldn't shoot, and that opens the paint. It opens, we're not posting very, very little. But again, it's, if you can get 3 instead of 2, and you get quality guys doing it, it's to your advantage. And and we're not going to take down 2s, but I think shot selection is unbelievable tool towards winning games. And I think we're taking the right shots. I think that we'll continue to take them. And we got, like I said, I think we had a couple guys off tonight that we had a couple guys that weren't. So I think it's going to be advantageous for this group.
Just on the shot selection front, you mentioned Monday about maybe the shooting game that you guys do that puts value on better shots. Where did that sort of evolve from?
That's Zach and Tyler and Patrick Bill. All three of those guys came up with something that they either stole it from somebody in the NBA or they've created it. But it's a scoring system we play. We don't play threes and twos when we play. It's all the shot selection game when we scrimmage and practice. And again, it's just to bring awareness that there's no value in contested twos outside the paint, and there's value on layups, dunks, and threes. And so our guys are starting to pay attention to that, and it's something that we'll see as we keep ramping up here what that looks like.
Coach, really high assist rate tonight. A lot of that's KJ, obviously, but not to harp too much on last year. But how does having multiple ball handlers change things for you as far as the offensive approach?
Yeah, it's just about the opposite of what we did last year. Last year we were booty ball, 14 dribbles, and let Marcus shoot a layup or kick it out for a three and drive a closeout, and that usually meant Terrence getting fouled or making a three, and so it's different. We've kind of tried to reinvent ourselves a little bit with that, but you've got Draven, you've got Kylan, you've got KJ, you've got Will, you've got Trey. All those guys are really good off the deck and they can really pass it. So we're not we're trying to spread it out a little bit, but I like those assist totals.
Coach, you guys were able to hold a high level guard and Rayshawn Taylor just 14 points on 15 attempts. How are you guys able to contain him?
Yeah, it was a concentrated effort. I thought Colin did a really good job early, and making his attempts hard. We talked a lot about not getting screened. They do a tremendous amount of screening for him. They get to a lot of open side pick and rolls with him. Kylan in the second half made one mistake. He fought his tail off kid probably took 7 or 8 dribbles, and then he relaxed and went under a ball screen. The kid jumped up and hit a three. I thought for the most part our intent was really solid in that area, and we were pretty dialed in with multiple guys doing it.
Go back to shot selection. It feels like Will's maybe the only guy you're letting shoot mid-range jumpers. Is there something behind that? Does he just hit more of them?
Yeah, he's good at them. It's what he does at a really, really high clip, and it's a strength of his.
Brad, Ben is 7-14 from 3 to start this year. Just how does he fit with all these playmakers, scorers you have? What is his impact on your offense?
Yeah, I need to get him more. He's a guy that I always call him gravity guys. He's going to pull defenders, which is going to open the court up. He's a versatile guy because he can really play 3, 4, 5. And I think there'll be some times you'll see him play some small ball 5 based on matchups, just to free him, just to get some clean looks. He can shoot off the move, which I really, really like. I mean, we ran a pin down for him. He can jump up and shoot it. As he's running into things, he's a terrific shooter. He's got great range. That creates space. I wouldn't be, I'm hopeful he can continue to be, a 40% plus 3-point shooter, and we just got to get more shots.
You guys have Little Rock coming in here later. You played Eastern Illinois earlier, SIUE today, all out of the OVC. What do you see out of that conference, and in particular SIUE?
Yeah, and it was kind of by coincidence that it happened that way, but I think Little Rock lost to Moorhead in the finals, Derek, if I'm not mistaken, I think in the conference tournament. It's been a good league for a long time, and you know, just the coincidence we played Eastern for 3 straight years, and you know, excited to play at in-state school in SIUE. You know, got to know Brian, have a tremendous amount of respect for the job he's doing. They've got a nice team. I got to think right there, you know, they'll be right there, and obviously Little Rock's got a ton back. You know, so there'll be a different challenge, and you know, we saw Moorhead last year in the tournament, who gave us everything we wanted. So it's a really, really good, you know, low to mid-level league, and a lot of really good coaches.
You talked about Ben being a small ball 5. You went to that smaller lineup at the end with Riley and Ben being the bigs. What did you see from that, and how much more of that are we going to see down the stretch?
Be matchup based, and again, that was something we have spent very little time working on 5-way switching. We've done it only with Merez, so we put Merez in there to do that, and get that on film, get that out there that we do it, and to work on it. So, you know, lineup based, you know, depending on what teams do, and mismatches.
Last one here, Scott.
Just 5 turnovers tonight. Just what have you maybe thought about ball security through the first week?
It's been better than it was in the exhibitions. You know, I think that you're not successful if you turn the ball over. You know, it was a jailbreak at Ole Miss, and in that one we just gave them live ball turnovers and threw it to them and kicked it out of bounds, and I thought we played less chaotic in these first 2 games than we did maybe even in our exhibitions. A little more balanced structure, getting the pieces set and playing in a rhythm, and that's been coaching, practice, discipline. Other than the first 2 minutes tonight in the second half, I thought we've been pretty good.
Thank you.